awful shot.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He still got a good outcome.
All right, the Jazz making a change here. Hayward's checked in. Williams from long range. Sinks it from distance.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Lakers trail by 10. Hayes for three. Oh, they get a hand on it. And the Jazz with possession. They're on a 17-5 run. Here's Kirilenko. That one's good, and it's Hayward with the setup.
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there right now.
Pass to Kennard. And he lobs it up. And they're pushing it up. Here's Maravich. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over.
Things just aren't going their way. He clearly wants to talk it over.
Good timeout if you ask me. They have the momentum, and coach wants to find a way to try and stop it.
James is checked in for the Lakers. Lakers trail by 14. Down low. Here's Kennard. And he banks in the layup.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
And Williams has got the ball here for Utah. Here's the three. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Hayes misses. Utah leading by 15. Here's Hachimura. Again, the Lakers score.
A smart decision maker with a versatile skill set. Hachimura always takes the shots that he's comfortable with.
To the middle. Williams passes to Maravich. He shoots it. And there's another one for the Jazz.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Deflected. Here's Kirilenko. He's covered by LaRavia. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
From deep, Hayward buries it from 3.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
We'll see if they can keep this pace. Not sure they can win it by relying on just the 3.
And so is Utah, feeling confident. 18-point lead to win that quarter. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Jazz.
The enthusiasm they've brought to their defense so far is something else. Going after shooters and really hustling to get their hands on shots.
And also their pressure defense is paying dividends tonight. Turning them over and getting out in the open floor and running.
We've got Donovan Mitchell. He's out there with Williams. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Utah right now.
And that's a backbreaker for the defense. I mean, offensive boards like that run momentum against you.
And you can see them just deflate after giving up that score. And they know that they can't dig themselves out of this hole if they're allowing second chance points.
The Lakers really having a tough go here. Fires away from way outside. And they get it back. Pass to Kleber. Tries again. And Gobert with a block.
He's led the league before in blocks, and Gobert, one of the best.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
And now a look at the upcoming schedule for Los Angeles. On Friday, they'll kick off a homestand, starting with the Brooklyn Nets. Then on Monday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Washington Wizards.
They have a nice string of home contests coming up. This team has been fantastic in their own house, so a great chance to put together a few wins right now.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. Fresh off a win against the Pacers.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
Yeah, they seem unfazed by the hostile environment. I mean, just look at how efficiently they shot the ball.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic.
I'm not sure what he was thinking. That's a weird pass.
And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The Lakers are trying to maximize what LeBron James has left in the tank. Coach J.J. Redick said, when you get to coach one of the greatest players ever, you take a lot of joy and pride and excitement in that. And it's my job to help him in these last few innings of his career. EA?
A rare opportunity. Allie, thanks very much for the report.
And that's the improvement of his game. You got to guard Bron close at the perimeter. He can be so efficient from out there.
And here's Bailey for three. Offensive rebound. Another shot. James with the block. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. And Los Angeles making a change here. Aiden's checked in from the top of the key. And Gobert with the basket on the assist by Bailey. Gobert's got his first points of the night.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
He's a nimble guy for someone with that size. Aiden can